Hey guys, alright, for today's video I'm going to do a little comparison here between a SK quarter-inch drive socket set and a Snap-on quarter-inch drive socket set. What we got here is the SK, obviously, good old green, and this is a 60-piece socket set that I got a couple years back. And this one over here is the Snap-on. It's one that my brother got the other day. And it's a 44-piece socket set. So you can see it's got shallow and deep with a universal and a couple extensions. Same thing over here, but you got a couple more sizes and a couple more pieces in this one right here. So all right, let's talk price first. This one, if I remember right, 2-3 years ago, I think I had gotten it on sale. It was a little over 200 bucks for this set here. All in all, not bad for everything I got, especially for at-home use. This is what I got at home, so it's more than enough for what I need around here. And this one, retail on the Snap-on website, over $700. When I saw that, yeah, that is a lot of money for a 44-piece quarter-inch drive socket set. Snap-on, yeah. Now when you take a closer look, you can see the quality. Everything's extremely consistent, well machined. It is a really nice set, but for that amount of money, you gotta think about it. Now, I will say this, the job that my brother works at, he uses these at his job, so he's gonna be putting this through a lot more use than say what I would be doing for my SK set. But so yeah, either way, it's going to be a lifetime tool. Both of these have lifetime warranties on sockets and the ratchets. So either way, everything should be covered. But all right, so with that, let's take a closer look. Let's start with the SK set first. As you can see, deep well. These are the standard. You can see the sizes goes from 1/8 all the way up to 9/16. Down here goes from 4 mil all the way up to 15 mil. All right, then over here, standard from 1/8 all the way up to 5/8. Let's go over here. Goes from 4 mil all the way up to 16 mil. And you got your two extensions. You got a 6-inch one and a 2-inch one. And then over here, you got your universal. You got your 3/8 to quarter. And on this one, it's a quarter to 3/8. And then obviously you got your ratchet here. Now it's a smaller one. Most of the quarter-inch drive ratchets I see out there are actually a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. This one's a pretty small guy, but for the most part, when you're doing or when you're using a quarter-inch drive ratchet, you're usually dealing with tighter spaces and smaller fasteners. So all in all, I think it's a pretty good size. But as all you guys probably know by now, I'm a big fan of the knurled handles they got on these and how nice they sound and feel. I know every time I use my SK ratchets, there's a solidness and it just feels really well made. Sounds good. Feels like it could handle a lot of jobs for a long time. But all right, so that's the SK. Now let's take a look at the Snap-on here. All right, see, this is the, yeah, let's take a closer look at how they're laid out here. As you can see, the deep wells, they're just kind of laid at an angle right there. Hey, I mean, it works. It makes to where you can keep things more, keep them all on one side or the other, and for the smaller package too. This carrying case is a lot smaller than this. Now, as you can obviously see, I took the lid off this one to keep in my toolbox. This one still has the lid on it. There you go. But all right, so from 3/16 all the way up to 9/16 for both shallow and deep. And over here from 5 mil all the way up to 14 mil, shallow and deep. In the middle here you got your 6-inch extension, 2-inch extension, your universal, and your ratchet. Now this is also pretty small. It is a 72 tooth. So, see if I can do this one-handed here. Yeah. You all know how to Snap-on feels and sounds. It's good stuff. So, but good size. It's a good overall size. Tell you what, I'm gonna put the SK out here. All right, there they are by comparison. Let's see here. Tell you what, we got our ruler down here. So Snap-on's about a little over 4.5 inches. SK is probably closer to 4 3/8, something like that. So they're both really close as far as length. But all right, and then tell you what. As I said before, I really like SK's knurling that they have on their tooling, whether it be the ratchet or whatnot. But now, and then speaking of, let's look at the knurling on the Snap-on. Very nice. Just aggressive enough, but not too much. But get a close look at that. That's some good stuff right there. Now on the SK, you don't have knurling on your 2-inch extension. You obviously do on your 6-inch. It's okay. I'd actually like it to be a little bit more aggressive. A little bit shallower, smooth. It's not as aggressive as I'd like. Now let's compare that to here. Just put them side by side. Alright, there we go. As you can see, Snap-on, boy, that's well done. That is well done. You pay for it though, I'll tell you that, you pay for it. But little things like that, when you start to look at the details, you start to see how Snap-on, how they have such a good name. Do they charge too much? Probably. But there are things that go into how they make their tools that aren't seen at first glance, but you start to notice them after a while. Another thing I want to look at or compare is the universal for the Snap-on. As you can see, they don't have the pins sticking through like I'm used to seeing on all other universals. Let's put that down there. Here's the SK. You can see they just got the pin. That's how I'm used to seeing them. But the Snap-on, there is no through pin. What's stronger? What'll hold up longer? I don't know. But that is pretty unique. I think that's the first time I've seen a universal like that. But good stuff there. Alright, now I'll also, here, let's put a socket on and let's do the little rattle test. Pretty solid, and the socket stays on there as it should. Alright, Snap-on. Let's go ahead and throw a 9/16 on there. Alright. Also really good. There might be a hair more of a wiggle in there than the SK, but all in all, feels good and solid though. Yep. And like I showed you, those sockets did not come off. Held on there nice and firm the way they should. See how hard it is to take this out with one hand. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there's that. All right, that's about it. You know, I will add on a side note that my brother had, I think he had bought a set of 1/4 inch drive Icon sockets, and when he went to put them on the peg rack or whatever they has in his toolbox, he noticed that on the smaller ones they didn't bore the hole big enough all the way through to put them on those pegs. You know what? I actually have one of them here that we could look at real quick. So we'll just look at this Icon versus Snap-on right here. All right, this is the Snap-on. This is the Icon. And here, there we go. So as you can see, the hole that's bored through the Snap-on is a lot larger. You're able to put it on top on a peg to hold it in its place in the toolbox, compared to the Icon here is not drilled all the way through or bored all the way through, so it's too small to fit on a peg. Now he only noticed that on some of the smaller standard deep wells, but the metric deep wells, they did have a hole that was bored large enough to fit. So just one of those little small details that you notice with some of the other tool brands out there. And you know, with Icon, if you're going to be comparing your tools, or more or less trying to go up against Snap-on, it's still in the details, and you got to remember that. And a mechanic out there will definitely see that and take note of that when they give those tools a try. But is it a deal breaker? Yeah, maybe not, probably not, especially for the price. But it's stuff like that that sticks in those guys' minds out there. But anyway, all right, that's about it. Let me know what you guys think. What you guys got for 1/4 inch drive socket sets out there. Is it worth the price? $700 versus about $300. Let me know in the comments below. But either way, hope you got something out of it. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you later.